Alright, what's up? We've got the first unboxing and review of mine, of hopefully many to come. And today's going to be on the Gan356 XS, which this just came in today. I had the pre-order on it, just got here a few hours ago. So I'm going to be taking a look at this. First of all, the stuff that came with it, got a little cubicle Halloween sticker and an Angstrom research card. Alright, so first thing I wanted to say is that the box on here is very minimal. You just got the picture of the cube, a few logos, but for the most part it's really just white. I like it a lot. It reminds me a lot of Apple boxes. What we got here is a Gan's XS card, a box with, I presume, the tool, a cube bag, and some other stuff in it, and the actual puzzle itself. So I'm going to take all this stuff apart and take a look at it individually. Alright, so inside of that box that came with it, we have the cube bag right here, your ultimate PB renewer, and the GAN logo. We've got the compression tool and some extra pieces for it, I presume. And we've got two instruction manuals, one for how to solve the cube, and another one that is how to actually use the compression system and the adjustable magnets. I'm trying to see if it says if those are just extras or an actual different setting, but I think that they're just extra ones. So that out of the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the puzzle. Alright, so taken out and wiped it off from whatever lubricant was left on the outside of it. And just so far, I'm really loving the sticker shades here, and like I said, how dark that is. So we've got the magnets on the middle strength setting. I'm gonna turn those to the highest real quick. So in case you haven't seen anything about this puzzle, the way that you adjust these magnets is going to be just offsetting one of the layers, or two of the layers rather, and just clicking the magnets out. The farthest setting out is going to be the strongest, and the farthest in is going to be the weakest. So I'm going to get these all switched out, and then we're going to check this puzzle out. So we've got the magnets all on full strength now, as you can see there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this and see how strong they are. So one thing that's apparent, I'm sure you could even see it with me just turning this, is those are extremely strong. I can't imagine anyone really wanting their magnets much more strong than that. But I actually quite like it. I like stronger magnets in my puzzles, so I'm going to try the medium and light settings later, but for now I'm going to be sticking with this because I really love that magnetic feedback and the bump that you get with it. But that's almost too much for me, and if it's almost too much magnets for me, then I would imagine that you have a good range for most people. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out corner cutting here. We've got it actually looks like a little bit less than 45 degrees there, but when it does corner cut, it is absolutely effortless. That is completely just clean. And then reverse, I would imagine to be about line to line there, and that is effortless as well. Really nice. So let's see how this feels. One thing that I'm noticing while I'm turning this puzzle, two things actually. One is that it is very light. The puzzle as a whole, it is easily the most light puzzle that I've ever held. It's almost disarming how light it is. I'm about to drop the thing. And the second thing is just how smooth that is. That is obscene. There's no sort of pressure. I feel like I could kind of go just as fast as I want to on this thing with no risk of it catching or anything like that. It is just so smooth. That is honestly amazing. Okay, so here we have the compression system. So I'm going to be setting this up a little bit, trying out a few of these, and then lubricating the puzzle with, whatever I see fit. And I have seen a few things on this. So with this system, we have the spring compression, which is going to be this blue piece that you can just move with your finger. And then there are two settings there, which one is more loose and one is more tight, obviously. And then we have this bit right here, which allows you to take the piece out, which I'm not going to be doing. And then with the clear piece here, you're going to be using this tool, and you twist counterclockwise to adjust the compression. So I did it way too fast, but you can kind of see where that goes with. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settings, and you can see as I twist that, the clear piece gets farther and farther down away from this blue piece, and then pops right back up to the top on that top setting. So we've got the loosest setting here, and then the most tight all the way down there. I'm going to be trying out a few of these real quick, and then I'll get back to you. So as you can see, the cube has fallen apart on me as I was messing about with the tensions. And let me say, this is quite tedious to get together. Once you get like a little pair put together like that, it makes it a lot more easy, but those first few are very hard to stabilize, or at least for me they were. But I am going to go ahead and take this opportunity to lubricate the puzzle. So I'm going to be lubricating the core with Galaxy, and the pieces with Silk and DNM37. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done with, and I'll be back when this thing is put together. So this provides us with a good chance to look at the pieces. So if it will focus, we have an edge piece here. As you can see, they kept the honeycomb design, and here you have the adjustable magnets. So you just have the outside, middle, and inside slots that these can pop into. Just pretty standard looking piece, not too different at all from their previous puzzles. And then here we have a corner. So the honeycomb design on this one goes down all the way to the bottom, but again, it is an overall pretty standard looking piece. The magnets on this do not snap anywhere, they are stationary. Nothing really too special about the design of the pieces, so I'm going to move on from there. Alright, so I've got the puzzle back together, and I did put Galaxy on the core, but actually just put Silk on the outer pieces, because I decided this thing is already so fast it doesn't really need DNM37. And I do have it a little bit more loose than I usually like my puzzles, just because I really like how this thing feels a little bit more loose, a little bit more free-flowing. I just want to get used to that, so I'm not that great with it so far, but yeah, that's what I'm enjoying right now. And I did figure out how these pieces work with a little bit more reading of the instruction manual and such. So these are essentially the same as the other ones where you twist it to a different setting, except these light blue ones that are currently in the puzzle have the settings 1 and 3, and then these dark blue ones that came with the tensioning tool or compression tool have the strengths 2 and 4, and as you increase in those strengths, you get I believe it was 1 is the best for, anti-corner cut, and all that good stuff, anti-pops, and then 4 was the best, or not corner cut, corner twist, and then 4 was the best for corner cutting. So that may have been why my corner cutting earlier, it wasn't the best that I've ever seen. It might have just been because of the pieces I had. I believe they were on 1 whenever I was testing that. So yeah, that's where that stands. But I have done a few solves on this puzzle and gotten a little bit more used to the weight, though it is still a little bit off-putting how light it is, really. It's actually kind of messing me up quite a bit on some of my finger tricks and stuff like that. Just so insanely light. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the puzzle, so I'm going to jump into a few more solves and then get back at the end of the video and just do a little recap of it. Alright, so I have done about 30 more solves or so on this cube, as well as set the magnetization strength back down to 2 or medium. I just feel like that gives you a little bit more ability to flow between moves a little bit easier. But I just want to give a final overview of this puzzle and rate it. So as far as appearance, I'd say that this is really like one of the best stickerless 3x3s on the market currently. It just looks so great in my opinion. I would give this just a 10 out of 10 on appearance. It just looks pretty much perfect to me. As far as turning goes, it's definitely very fast, very crisp, very smooth. This is just kind of an opinionated thing, but I'd say it's almost too fast or too loose on the turning, because as you saw in the solves, I was like losing control of it quite a bit. That's something to get used to, as well as something to mess with these tensions and compressions. So it's not that big of a problem, but it is something noteworthy, as well as the weight of it. That's also something that's a little bit something to get used to, and will have you messing up perhaps whenever you first start using this puzzle. As far as that goes, I'm going to be giving this puzzle a 9.5 on turning. As far as the customization, I definitely think it's convenient. The ability to customize your magnets, your spring compression, and your tensions, all with the puzzle, your hands, and this little tool right here. It's definitely very convenient. but I would say that most people are just going to set it and forget it. You know, they're going to set their magnet strength, set their tension, set their compressions, and not really touch that for the rest of this puzzle's lifetime. There are those people that like to have a lot of different feels whenever they solve, as well as those people that like to customize their puzzles a lot, and people that just like to have a very specific feel on their puzzle. For those types of people, I think that it is very useful to get just a specific feel that you can't really find with many other puzzles, or just to have like multiple options in one puzzle. I feel like it would be worth it to those people, but for most people, I'm not sure if the customization options are really that useful of a thing. As far as the cost goes, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but it was $60. Like I just said with the customizations, like most of that cost is from the ability to have all of this customization conveniently at your disposal. So I would say that whether it's worth it or not comes down to if you are one of those people that likes to customize your puzzles or have a very specific feel, then I would say it would be more worth it than just someone like me who just likes to have one standard puzzle feel. Excuse me. And for my final rating, I'm going to go give this puzzle a 9.6 out of 10. I think the turning is amazing, the appearance is amazing, the customization is really the crux of it for me. It's just, it brings the price up to $60 when you can get a puzzle of similar quality for a cheaper price with other GAN puzzles. But yeah, for those people that do like those customization options, I think it's definitely a worth it puzzle to get, something to have if you have the money to spend on it, and an overall amazing cube. I'm definitely going to be using this. But for someone that just already has a puzzle that they really like the feel of, and they don't really want to change it too much, I'm not sure if this would be worth it to spend it on. Just because of, like, you know, $60 for some adjustable magnets and compression systems. But that's really up to you at the end of the day, but that's my take on it. Overall, this puzzle is really, really good. And if there's anything that I missed in this review, because as I said, this is my first review, at least on YouTube, just please let me know in the comments and anything like that, and I'll try to get back to you on it. And I'm looking forward to perhaps doing other reviews in the future, and maybe growing a channel a little bit. I'm not really expecting it, but who knows. It's gonna be all though, so see you next time.